Scalemodeling, and welcome to this little box opening review of the Yamaha XV1600 Roadstar from Tamiya. This is a 1/12 scale. This kit actually came out in 2000. And then it wasn't until 19 years later, in 2019, that they brought out it reissued with the new moulding in it. So quite a big gap. So the original kit is, well, as of now, it's 23 years old. But you're going to see why the big difference in the quality of the sprues and everything in here, because this is a really nice kit, and it's available anywhere. Still has the price tag on here of only $50 Australian. It's common, you can pick this up anywhere. So let's get the plastic off because it is so glary. One of the things that, well, let me just take off the plastic first so we can have a look inside. Now, so that's not much better, but anyway, 1/12 scale motorcycle series number 80. Okay, highly detailed 1600cc air-cooled V-twin engine. 1600 is huge. Glossy and gleamy metal-plated parts for a realistic finish, and they really are. You'll see what I mean inside, and it has a clear display stand. All right, and I'm pretty sure there are actually rubber tires in this as well. So yeah, the box art is just showing different variations of the model. There's the 2000 model, there's a 1999 model, so we got, that's sort of like a nice silver. I like that. Black and silver. This is the white with black. Looks good. On the other side, we've got a red one here. Looks nice. So there are a few options, and then there's the all black. Looks really good too. All right, so let's have a look inside. There we go. Lots of plastic. Right, yeah, so we shall open up these. So I'll move this out over to the side. We'll take all these out. Looks like we've got the fenders and the fuel tanks in here. Interesting, the colour. It's you know, these parts are coloured. So I mean, you could, if you really didn't want to paint it, you could do that. But the problem with this is, and I can see it already with, even though it looks quite nice, the method they inject the plastic through the mold for this tends to leave marks through the plastic, like you can see on this fender here and other areas. And I'll just bring the camera in a little bit closer. We'll have a better view. I'll be back in a sec. Okay, that's a bit better. So yeah, so you can see the lines that are created. So these would have to be painted anyway. That's for sure. There's a nice logo on there. It's very small. I'll try and read it. Yeah, we've got the Yamaha logo on the side there. Yeah, they're very nice pieces though. Beautiful. Definitely not much cleanup to do on those. Okay, so they look really good. We got the next piece here is Here we got the seat, the footrests, part of the frame. Take that out. Alright. There we go. So yeah, get that. So for the current motorcycle enthusiast model builders, which I've recently become, if you go back and look at my first motorbike build, it was just a short time ago, was the Kawasaki Ninja. It got me hooked. The seat looks really good, and the texture on the seat, it's going to have that nice look of leather or vinyl once it's painted. It's even got the strap across the front there. It's very nice. We've got a battery here. We've got the hand grips with the brake and clutch levers on them. This is Sprue A. There it is there. I'll leave it. Some other little bits and pieces, not sure what they are, parts of the frame, I'm sure. And let me have a look at the next sprue. Okay, so we've got another sprue here with all the engine parts on it. Now I did make a mistake when I mentioned about this being a later version. It's not. This is the original 1999 model. The updated version came out later in 2019, was included extra parts, which included a windscreen and a few other things. I didn't like that one. I prefer the original one without the windscreen. But look at the quality of it. Like, for something that is that old, you can see that Tamiya have just had that quality for a long time, haven't they? I mean, look at the detail in this even. Look at that. So yeah, look at the shock absorbers there. All these parts are already silver, but I'd be painting these separately myself. This has some beautiful detail on the engine. Look at that. That's going to look fantastic. You do a black primer under that and do the silver or gold or whatever color you want. It's going to look beautiful. All the detail on here is really nice. Got all the little screws and nuts and bolts in there that you could add and touch up all the detail I'm doing for that. Even the chain has got a lot of detail on there. Look at that. Nice big thick chain that needs, especially with that much power. 1600, oh God. Brilliant. Yeah, the shock absorber there. Some of the engine cover there. Really nice parts. Let's see what else we've got. All right, now we've got some of the beautiful chrome work on this sprue here is really, really amazing. Let's have a look at that. So there's all our discs, the disc brakes. Look at that, there's some engine parts there. Some of the shock absorber. There's the top of the handlebar starts. Looks really nice, hey? And then we have more chrome. We have all this. Look at that. These we got the wheels, we got the mirrors. Get this open somehow. There it is. The handlebars are in here. Yeah, take that out. Exhaust system in. But what you'll notice too is there's a difference in the chrome. You see that? So these are like aluminium color chrome. It's not quite as sparkly, but it's the correct thing. It's aluminium, like, and it's steel, like these disc brakes would be and these engine parts would be, right? But then you go to here and this is just pure chrome. Look at the sparkle in that. So you would see the difference if you would just put these on and not paint them. Some modelers like myself will probably paint these in an undercoat of black and then put a chrome paint layer over the top. But look at these. I mean, these are ready to go straight on. Look at those rims. Absolutely fantastic. Look at the headlight there. Look at the shine on that. It's going to look amazing. The exhaust pipes. I mean, they're ready to go. I mean, maybe you could you don't need to even touch those. There's the little emblems that go on the fuel tanks for the, it should say, yeah, it actually says Wildstar, and the other one says Roadstar. So you've got both options there. The reason is that Roadstar was the American name. Over in Europe, they call them the Wildstar in Europe. So it was called a Wildstar in Europe. Look at that, beautiful. Look at the shine on that. I mean, look, I can see myself so well in that. I probably would not bother painting them. Look at that. The handlebars, nice fine work there. Look at the cover on that. Absolutely beautiful. The fuel tank. Beautiful chrome. You know, this is 20 years old. 23 years old. Wow. I mean, think of some other brands if you tried to have a look at some plastic of models that are getting that old. Anyway, very nice. Oh, we've got a bit more in here. We've got the clear parts. I won't open this because we want to be careful. So obviously we've got the headlights in here. We've got it clear. The stand is clear if you want to use the stand. I didn't notice that there was like an actual bike stand on the bike. I'm sure there would be that you could use. But yeah. Now there is aftermarket available for this. I've seen an aftermarket photo etch available, so you can do that if you want. You have to have a look on Scalemates or somewhere to have a look and find out what that is. And here we have the tires. So again, rubber tires, really nice, good quality. Got all the Dunlop, or well, they got Excedra is the brand, 703s. And you got the writing on the side, Bridgestone. They're Bridgestone, nice tread patterns. There's our tubing there for our brake lines and other hoses. There's a spring in there. It looks like a little metal joint in there. Some gold covers there. It's probably for the shock absorbers, I'm guessing. Maybe not, not sure. And lots of screws, and they supply a screwdriver for that as well. So, yeah, very, very nice. All right, I'll grab the instructions now and we'll have a look at, and also some decals. I'll be back in a second. Okay, so here is our decal sheet. I will open that to have a look at them. Okay. And look at that. Look at the color. So there's a decal that goes over the tank. If you want to use that decal for the cream coloured, you can put that on. There's also the pin striping on the tank. Looks like it's available in, you've got an option there of white, or you could just use pin striping, it looks like, for the tank as well. So that decal will go over and you can have tank whatever colour you want, but still just have the pinstripe. So you've got two options there, the white pinstripe or the gold. Very, very nice. They've got the Wildstar decal there, little compliance sticker. We've got the speedometer gauge there. Very, very nice. Okay, put that away safely and we'll have a look at our instructions. Okay, so we've got the usual tech tips that Tamiya supply with, the usual how to remove plastic safely and so forth, and the usual warnings, I guess. And now we have the manual. Let me just adjust the contrast so we can see this a bit better. I'll be back in a sec. Okay, so there it is. So a bit of information about the bike, a bit of history. This class of bike designed for cruising down spacious highways of America, but caught interest of bike fans worldwide, and they started exporting it everywhere. So very, very powerful bike. All right, so let's have a look. Usual instructions, all about the tools, some precautions to take. We got two options, an A and B. We've got a Yamaha black and we've got bright cherry red. but really you could do what you want with this, you know. But they're A's and B's, so keep an eye out for those as you go through the instructions, because there'll be options depending on the color you're choosing. So obviously most bikes we start with the engine, so the engine goes together in step 1 here, and the crankcase going together. Then we fold out. It's one of these fold out instructions. So step 2 is going to be the front cylinder, so all that's going together, and then there's the rear cylinder. Very nice. We've got attaching the cylinders to the crankcase, yes. Attaching the cylinders parallel to each other, okay, because it is a twin, V-twin. Very nice. Down to step 4 now, we've done, that's the engine, well, the basic part of the engine done. Step 4 is putting the frame together, so we've got the 2 halves to going together. We're using some of the small screw bolts there. Back on the engine, you've got the vinyl tubing for some of the hose line, and they always put little markers here where you can line them up and get your correct length to cut from that roll of tubing we saw. And over here we go to step 5. So already the engine's going into the chassis. There's some screw bolts to put it in. Couple of bits to go on the outside as that's going in. Again, using more screws. This is attaching the air cleaner going inside on the top there. It's like spark plug leads going in there as well. It looks really good. There's the air cleaner on the side. It's a beautiful chrome piece I saw on the sprue. A few other bits and pieces, spark plugs going down inside, or at least the covers for them. Very nice. Some areas in here where they say do not cement, so you're going to be aware of that. Over to step 7, we're doing damper, which is the spring shock absorber that sits in the center under the bike. Here we're doing the left swing arm, which goes on to where your, I said chain before, it's actually a belt on these bikes, or a big thick rubber belt. Okay. Number 8, we're doing the swing arm, which involves the rear tire going on the rim. Very good. We've got our brake calipers. Very detailed they are, look nice. There's some more vinyl tubing going through here from the brake calipers that go up, I guess, to the master cylinder. This is where the chain of the left side and the right side are going in together on the rear wheel. That's looking good. Nice shot of the, well, it says remove. Oh yes, there's just a bit of sprue in the center of that wheel to remove. Attaching the swing arm to the rest of the frame of the bike. That's all going on. Again, more bolts going in. Number 10, we've got the rear fender going on. It's quite a few parts to that. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 parts to the rear fender. And we've got A and B's coming into the picture here. So this is depending on what color you're going to paint. And this is a stage where you need to paint these parts probably separately before they're attached. Over here we've got the batteries going in, another screw going in here, the fender's going on the rear of the bike here. More vinyl tubing, they look like spark plug leads going through, possibly. Very nice. Again, the lengths are there for you to cut. Here we've got the exhaust, those beautiful chrome exhausts going together. All in one piece, nice. There's a bracket there that holds them together. Obviously, it's a separate color. There would have been a color call out. I would have missed that at the front. Or we're not at that yet. No, yes, we are. There is a color call out there. Just looking at 18 is metallic red. There it is there. Number 12, exhaust installation. So the exhaust is going onto the bike here. There's 2 spots there on either side of the engine, running down the side of the bike. More tubing up there in the top. Over the page, quite a bit to this build. A lot of detail. Front fork, step 13. So we're doing the front And the fender over the front of there, again, relative to whether you're doing A or B to the colours, you've got to paint them. The front shock absorbers going on, bolt onto the side, going up to where the handlebar is. There's some more tubing going in there, so very detailed stuff. Here we've got the front tyre and going on the rim with all the brake discs. It's got twin brakes on either side, so you've got discs on either side there. Very nice. That's where the metal tubing that we saw in the packet go through that wheel there. So that's where that is. The front forks getting put on here. Very good. Going down to step 15 is our hand grips with our clutch and brake levers. Again, the rubber tubing there for all the accelerator cable and so forth. The handlebars are going onto the bike there. Again, there's our lengths to cut for our tubing. Step 16 is the fuel tank. Quite a bit of parts to the fuel tank there. And again, paint color call outs depending on which way you're going to go. They also have a Japanese American version, so it looks like Japanese version is also going by the Roadstar name, and then European version with the Wildstar. You've got both choices there. There's the tank going on the frame. Yeah, very good. Step 17, all those hoses going through into the engine area from your handlebars, your hand grips. That'd be your brake cables, and accelerator cable, I would guess. Another screw goes down to hold all that together. Down at 18 here, we've got our footrest, our brake, little master cylinder there with all the piping. And then we've got our left foot pedal there with our gear lever and all the linkages. Very good, very good. That looks great. Very nicely detailed. 19, we're at the headlight. Beautiful chrome headlight. There's our lens going in the front and the surround. There's a tail light in there. That looks good. Very nice. I didn't see if they were coloured. Were they coloured parts? No, they were clear. So you may want to do them with a red or orange depending. Step 20, we've got to look at the whole bike here, and we're doing the number license plate going on. What else? The rear tail lights fitted onto the bike. We've got our seat coming down here. There's some decals going on the fuel tank. There's our brake pedal going there. On the other side would be the linkages. Yes, in the next step it's got the linkages. We've got our mirrors on the handlebars going on. Our rear pillar and passenger seat on the back fender. Very nice. And that is it. That is it. That's step 20. Yeah, there's also the decals here. It's telling us all the markings. So there's the Yamaha black version and the bright cherry red version. They're just showing the decal placements, especially those pinstripes around the engine tank and on the fenders, and which ones to use. Yeah, very, very nice. And that is it. All right, let me just get this tied up and we'll be back in a sec. Okay, so there it is. The Tamiya Yamaha XV1600 Roadstar or Wildstar, depending where you are. Fantastic looking kit. Like I said, aftermarket photo etch is available. And there's also a Yamaha wheel spoke and disc brake rotor set that's available. I don't know what that involves, but if you go to Scalemates, put in that name, it'll come up with that and you'll be able to have a look and see where it's available. This kit's available all over the place, and really good value, I think, for what you're getting and what you're going to end up with. It just looks incredible. Also, as a handy hint, the PDF file for the instructions is there on Scalemates. So sometimes it's easier to be working off that. You can zoom in, zoom out, and see a little bit better with the instructions if they're you can download them. Anyway, this will be going into a playlist under the name of Yamaha XV1600, and I do intend on building this kit. I don't know when. Hopefully not too long, because I'm really looking forward to building it. It'll be, if the build series isn't in the playlist, then I obviously haven't built it yet. Depends on when you're watching this video. Anyway, please, thank you for watching. Let me know in the comments below if you've built this. I'm sure a lot of people have, and if you've come across any problems or any issues or anything that other people might be interested in knowing, including myself, before I tackle it, let me know in the comments. Any other aftermarket things you can suggest, and ideas and things I don't know about that I might be interested in getting for this as well. And please subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that notifications bell so you get notified of videos as they come out. You won't miss anything. And don't forget to give us a thumbs up, because, you know, the algorithms like to know that people give the videos a thumbs up, and share it too. If you've got your social media and you want to share this out on your Facebook or Instagram or wherever, that'd be great too. All right, thanks guys, thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now, cheers.